Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Mental Wellness with Grace. I'm happy. First and foremost, let me wish you Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2025. I'm grateful that you're back to my YouTube channel and you're back into my space. This is a season of fresh and new beginnings. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss something that will align with the age of the year. It is the topic of setting healthy boundaries. I want us to set new boundaries for new year, so that by the time you are ending the year, we will review ourselves and see whether those boundaries work. Healthy boundaries are invisible lines that we create, or invisible boundaries. If I mention boundary, I know you understand who you're talking about. At least you demarcate the extent you can go and the extent you can't go, and leave your own space so that you can live a healthy life. The setting of boundaries help us to avoid overextending or neglecting our needs, and saying yes to things that matter and no to things that are draining us. Yes, I know many people who are watching me right now, maybe they have issue with setting boundaries, and that's the reason I've come in the beginning of the year, so that we can start together and set those boundaries. These boundaries will help you to even have the time to heal yourself, have time for self-care, have time for your own peace and self-growth. Yeah, it is heavenly. I tell you, you'll tend to experience it, and you'll know that it is not about harming others or controlling them, but it's all about your own self. In the beginning, when you start setting boundaries, especially for people who have never set boundaries before, you'll feel it being awkward. You'll feel like you are guilty. You feel like you are worried about how others will react to the boundaries you set, and it's normal. Signs to look for, or signs to know that you need better boundaries. There are things that happens to you on daily basis that can tell you that you need to create boundaries. One, if you feel constantly drained or overwhelmed. Every time that you feel that you are always drained or you feel overwhelmed, it is a great sign to show that you need to set better boundaries. Another thing, you struggle to say no. Yes, you struggle to say no and you feel guilty when you do so. Yes, saying no, it's not something bad. It is all about assertiveness. Just telling somebody in a respectful and polite manner that, no, I won't be able to do this. You've not offended them, but you've made sure that you've set your boundary. Yeah. So if you always feel guilty when you say no, and you have difficulty to say no, at times that places that you should say no, you find yourself, because of the fear of saying no, you reluctantly do what the person or the what is needed to be done. But when you say no, even after you are past that, you keep looking back and feel, no, I should not have said that. Yes, it's an indicator that you need to set boundaries. Another thing is that you experience resentment in relationship. Every time you feel like you're experiencing resentment in a relationship, that's a clear indicator that you need to set better boundaries. Another one is you always neglect your needs and putting other first. Yes, it is not bad to put other first, but even in the Bible tells us, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You cannot give from an empty cup. When you neglect yourself at expense of others, it's an indicator that you really need to set boundaries, because you are living an unhealthy life. Another thing, you've always extended yourself, overextending yourself or overstretching yourself to please others. Yes, you don't want, not like you don't want, but you find yourself, instead of doing what you can or what you are capable of, you find yourself you are overstretching and even end up overdraining your resources and yourself at expense of pleasing others. That is another sign that will show you that you need to really set boundaries. Now let's get into it, how to set these boundaries. How do we set these healthy boundaries? I know so many people are asking themselves how they can start. One, first reflect on your needs. That is the first point, and it's the root of all things. Reflect on what you need most. Ask yourself question, where do I feel so stretched too thin, or where do I feel like I need to set boundaries? For example, there are people who have difficulty in saying no when you call them. For example, hi, niko na shida, nisaidie, I need this money. They don't have, but they'll go to an extent of getting into bad debt so that they can rescue out. But that aspect of just telling you, I'm not in a position to help you right now, but maybe another day, they feel like they have failed you, or they feel like they have not done anything helpful, but in real sense they are also not in a position to do what, to help. So find that area that you feel you need. It might be in work, where you feel hard to say no when someone tells you that do this task for me, yet you have your own tasks. Or it might be in a relationship. Yes, relationship maybe with your friends, or you with your spouse, or with your children. Or it might even be your own habit. There's a habit that you're trying to overcome. Look around yourself, reflect and see that need. Identify that need first. The second point, communicating clearly. Once you know what you need, practice communicating your boundaries. Yes, once you know that this is what I need to set boundary on, now train yourself to communicate clearly. Once you know what you need, now practice communicating your boundaries. Nobody was born knowing how to communicate or to express themselves better. So just learn how to communicate. Do it in a polite but a firm way. We call it assertiveness. You are saying no, but in a way that is not offensive. Instead, for example, let's give you an example. I cannot do this. That one might sound tough, but what if you say, I don't have the capacity to do what you're telling me right now? It's another way of saying no, but you've said it in a more respectful but a firm way. Learn to be assertive. Communicate your feelings and your needs without offending others. Another thing is stay consistent. I know it is hard. Setting boundaries is a process. It's a journey, and at times you feel that it is hard. Stay consistent, stay on that lane. Setting boundaries, it's a process, it's a journey, and in the beginning, especially if it's your first time set boundaries, you may feel uncomfortable. I don't promise you that it will be smooth. You may feel uncomfortable, you may feel guilty. The key is to stay consistent. When you feel that guilt, just know you are adjusting something for your own good. Yes, don't now bend to pressure. Remember, it's not about controlling others, it's about protecting your own peace. Gradually you'll find yourself doing it with ease and without offending others, and people will also learn to respect your boundaries. There are examples that I give you that can help you to create boundaries. For example, saying no to extra commitments without feeling guilty. That is one of the boundaries. Yes, for example, in workplace, you have your own work and you have your own tasks that you're supposed to do. I'm not saying that you should not help others. What I'm saying is that don't sacrifice yourself at the expense of helping others. If you're in a position to help and you don't feel strained and stretched, do it. But if you are not in a position to do it, then please communicate. Tell them, I'm not in a position to do it right now. Say no. Commitment that will make you feel like you are burning out. Also, for another example is like turning off your phone during family time. That family time you have with your family, for you to remain present. Why? Because when you have your phone on, and maybe you're a busy person and you're a committed person, you find yourself being distracted. And at times, most people tend to pick the negative aspect. Someone will complain saying, oh, you're having family time, you're always on your phone. So that's also another boundary that you can keep. Another thing is asking for space when you're feeling overwhelmed. For example, in an argument. For example, when you are in an argument with someone and you feel overwhelmed, maybe to explain yourself or maybe to answer them, you can request for a space. Tell them, no, I'm not in a position to continue this argument. Please give me space. That is a way of setting your emotional boundaries. Yes, those are just examples. The others that I'll put here as a picture, you'll read them and at least have the hints of how you can set boundaries with for your own help. I know setting boundaries can be very difficult at the beginning, but I'm assuring you it is the best gift that you can give to yourself this new year. Please try it and you tell me. There's an activity that I'll give you so that we can be in this together, so that we can commit ourselves in creating this boundary. One, take a moment to reflect and write down on the boundary that you need to set. Doesn't matter whether it's big or small. Feel what you feel like you need to adjust and to set boundaries. Write it down. And also, I'd love you to share it in comment section below so that we can encourage each other and inspire each other, and also remain committed to it. Because when you write it here, I'll remind you when you are coming to the end of this year, I'll come back to this video and I'll call out on you through the comment that you commented and check whether you've achieved. I know it's a journey, it's a process, and it's not a one-day event that you wake up one day and set boundaries and think that it works. At times you'll face also rebellion, you'll face rejection on this, and also you'll lose some friends. There's some people that you think are friends, but you'll find yourself losing them along the way, especially when you set your boundaries and they feel like they can no longer use you the way they used to use you. So try that, comment below, and I'll follow up. I'll also comment mine so that we can work out this together. Thank you for staying and spending time with me today. I don't take it for granted. I'm grateful. Remember, setting boundaries is a journey, and it's okay to make adjustment along the way. Know that you are doing amazing by just starting. Yes, by just taking that step of starting, know you are doing amazing thing. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to share, like, subscribe if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, and also by sharing you help someone who might need this video and might need this information. Please give it a like so that YouTube can keep recommending this video to more people, and so that we can reach many people. Until next time, bye for now. Take care of your heart, your mind, and as we proceed with this year, I'm wishing to meet you at the end of it healthier more than we've started.